Welcome back, Selectors. Today we have Hannah versus Ray. Hannah gets a War Sports win, going first. She goes ahead and puts away 3 while Ray puts back 4. We cry no pan, oh pan. We have Ray revealing Akino center and Hannah on Tamago. Going first, Hannah draws 1. Starting with an enter charge of Ephemerer, before glowing into Let's Go Dr. Tamago in center stage, followed by a Bang Crescendo enter charging 2. Nova gets dirty, peeping 7 cards. She grabs a Zao and Heat Natural Element to hand. 2 Zaos dance to the front, and Ray goes ahead and begins, drawing 2. Charging a level 3, and Akino is bound for her dreams, enters into the stage. Ray, flashing her blades, goes ahead and draws Ray 2 cards. Kamui, Crimson Angel, and another Zao hit the table. Kamui immediately swings, vanishing the opposing Zao. Zao goes in for a Life Cloth. We see the first burst of the game, but unfortunately it's a bust because there's nothing in the trash. Akino swings right into a Servant, and it goes to Hannah. Going to the second turn, she goes in and draws 2 before enter charging 1. Paying the 1, we see You Can Do It, Dr. Tamago glowing up. Random Drain yeets a Mommy Arcwin. A Cactus Azure Angel comes in and freezes the Crimson Angel, with the Helium Natural Element filling the center zone. He natural swings in, vanishing the opposing Zao. Her own Zao swings in, hitting a Life Burst, returning the Cactus back to Hannah's hand. Tamago being unable to do it as they get guarded. In Glow, we see Bound for Brightness Akino shine to level 2. A Lancelot enters, hitting nothing, with a Mao hitting the final lane. Mirana on stage left, getting rid of the pesky Zao. Lance underswings with Mao hitting a Life Cloth, and Akino swings and misses with a Servant in Hannah's hand. Never one to give up, Dr. Tamago sprints to center stage, drawing Hannah a card, but looks like they forgot to discard Ray. Even though his hand was out there. The game has a lot of moving pieces, and sometimes these things happen. Chandelier Code Art is on the left, and a Triumph Code Maze enters onto the right. Chandelier trashes the Machap, and we see Tamago eat yet another Servant. Real shame it wasn't discarded. Ray starts off enter charging from field. And a shiny DIR or her Akino Bound for Valor hits, drawing an enter charging 1. Lancelot does Lancelot things, banishing the Triumph on the right side of Hannah's field. Mirana powers onto stage, shattering the Chandelier and enter charging 2. Okitsune Maru's big butt hits the middle, becoming humongous with Akino. Going to attacks, Hannah glows Bang to the capo stage right, stopping at least 1 damage. Ray swings out, going under, getting blocked, and Kamui sending a Life Cloth Fenrir away. Hannah begins with a draw, getting a Cactus from hand, cooming and freezing the Lancelot. Just in time for Royal Blue Natural Crystal Brilliance to sing the last song for the Frozen Lance. Hannah's Hannah Pay Destruction is played, the first piece of the game, with Ray having but 2 cards in hand. Going to attack, Royal Blue vanishes the Frozen. Ray raised to absolute 0, sending the Royal Blue to the bottom of Hannah's deck. No further responses, Hannah goes ahead and vanishes all of Ray's board. Tamago squishes over and Hannah Pie goes off. Ray is forced to discard their hand and Hannah gets a draw card. Lucky for Ray, a Life Burst Circe Blessed Angel is hit, grabbing the needed Servant back to his hand. Ray begins with a enter charge before paying their own piece. End of the turn, bringing back a Arcwind from trash that immediately is played in center lane. Paying 1, they dig 3. And wouldn't you know, one Karen deserves another with a second Arcwind hitting the field. She finds her own Kid Angel, which fills up the last lane. Not satisfied with just 2 angels, we see the second piece of the turn, Glory Grow. A brutal no-limit team piece that usually means I'm going for game. It gives Akino double crush and Hannah cannot guard. Ray, wanting to prove that Akino can bounce more than just her Akinos, downs 2 assists, discards a guard, and gets to bounce any 2 Signy on the field. Moving to attacks, we see a Nova slash on the stage, trashing the center Arcwind. Nova also helps her look through the top 7, finding a Royal Blue to Hannah's hand. Ray's solo Karen swings in, sending a Fenrir to enter, and Sergei hitting another Vanilla. Finally, the bouncing double crushing Akino throws her Akinos, hitting Hannah's last 2 life cloth. A Zao and Chandelier flip, Chandelier burst getting back a Servant and a random drain. No life cloth left. Can Tamago prove that cute is justice? She goes ahead and enter charges 1 before doing the monster mash that is Tamago's final ability, stacking everything on top to become a Frankenstein monster of a band. We see a random drain, discard a Kogetsunamaru from Ray, and draws Hannah a card. A second random drain, not so random anymore, takes Ray's last card, his own Chandelier, to trash, but Hannah kinda forgets to draw before playing her Arcwind. Her own Karen staring down Ray, she digs 3, finding a Servant to hand. Kakadis freezes Sergei, and with Royal Blue setting her targets on the Frozen Angel. No responses from Ray, Blue eats the Angel. Hannah's mom wins the Starbucks challenge, banishing the opposing Karen. We see Blue swing hitting a Vanilla Athena Blessed Angel, with Kaki hitting a High Circle Code Maze, freezing the opposing Karen Arcwind and drawing Ray a card. Tamago reaches out her tentacles, hitting a life cloth, but it is a Vanilla. Ray begins while Hannah discards the hand size. 2 Zaos immediately hit the board, with Ray going to combat the Akino, which bounces off a Servant. Hannah making it without a life cloth, enter charges, swings, vanishing both Zaos. Tamago swings in, missing a burst, potentially turning the tide before Ray begins their turn. Thick as butter, Kogetsumaru hits center, Deafening Inferno burns Claudius, and Kogetsumaru lands the final blow. Akino had a bounce back and wins the game. As the players clean up, I wanted to thank you, fellow selectors, anime fans, or alternative card game connoisseurs for watching. I still have a few games from the last recording, pre-changing Diva, I want to put up, but you selectors might want to see some of the new cards being played. This was once again filmed at Turn Zero Games. Big thank you to their support for WIXOSS and us players. If you're ever in LA, I recommend the store for all your TCG and WIXOSS needs. The night of filming, we had 16 or 17 players, and the deck variety has been pretty good. Asked this time at the end for everyone to show off their list, so hopefully this helps people see what numbers people are playing and deck lists and all that. Also, thanks to @NoamiDraws on Twitter, I was able to raffle off her cute chibis, as seen on screen, to those who participated in the game filming, and it looks like players really loved them. By the time this is posted, the very first ever WIXOSS ceremony should have occurred, so if I played some of you watching, thanks for the games. Very excited to see what interesting brews people try moving forwards and what singing team ends up on top. Subscribe and all that YouTube jazz if you like the content, and let's continue to make WIXOSS grow as a game. Thanks.